Welcome to Easy Time Solutions video tutorial series, or the Easy Clocking Time and Attendance System. This session is dealing with the Massillon Police Department roll call and carryover rules. In order to navigate to the time card page, we want to go to the dashboard menu and the time card tab. This will be the default when you log in as an administrator. Next, we'll want to go down and select our user and who we'd like to edit. As a note, in order to do multiple employees at a time to add the same punch, we can go to Add Time tab and do multiple at a time. We will do this at the end of this video session. In order to make the edit, we are going to need to go to Time Card Options, down to Add Time, and a new menu will appear. In order to add this time, we do need to add a note. Since this will be the beginning of our shift, I'll put regular time as a note. In this case, our shift begins at 2 p.m. We'll open up the second column. Also, go to 2 p.m. for the 12th. We can ignore the job codes at this point in time and click Create. We'll have a confirmation come up. Yes, this has been created successfully, and we see now that we have the break from 2 and 1:37 and 10:18. In order to accommodate the 10-minute roll call, we need to make a secondary split here from the 1:37 to the 1:50, so that time can be set as out of shift. In this case, I'm going to label it as roll call, and I'll set my time at 1:50. If the time is at 1:50 or slightly after, this step is unnecessary, as the special job code will accommodate for any time less than or equal to 10 minutes. We'll do the same we did here, add a note for roll call. We're going to split the time at 1:50, and we'll click Create. It has been approved. Here now we see this 1:37 to 1:50. It is going to remain sitting out of shift. And we're going to go down to the 1:50 to 2 p.m. in order to indicate roll call. To do so, we will click on the time in. If we didn't add a note before, we can add roll call here, and we can click on the hammer icon. Here we'll scroll down to find the police roll call, click on the radial button next to it, and the pencil icon to approve. We now see that we have the 12 minutes, or 0.2, indicated in overtime. At this point, do not click on out of shift, otherwise it will lock down those line items. Now we have our 2 to 10:18, indicating that we have 8 hours of work time, and we have 18 minutes of out of shift. If we would click the out of shift, we will apply that 18 minutes to OT. If we don't need to label this for any reason, it is simply overtime, we can leave it here. However, let's code this as carryover. So I'm going to unapprove the out of shift, and I'm going to repeat the process we did earlier for our roll call, and we're going to add time. So in this case, I'm going to label this as carryover. I'm going to split my time at 10 p.m. and I will do this for both. And we're going to make sure that we select the day. As a note, if you do want to do this for multiple days at one time, you can click and drag and select up to a week of time to make this change for. We're going to go ahead and create. And now we have our split time at 10 p.m. I can repeat again this process by clicking the time end. I have my carryover note here. I can still make an edit and change that if I wish. Click on the hammer icon. Scroll down to Police Carryover. Click on the radial button and the pencil to approve. At this point, you notice that the time has not gone anywhere and is still sitting at out of shift. If we click on the out of shift button and approve, we now have the out of shift here. Up at the top, because we have a guaranteed minimum of 12 minutes here, or 0.2, it will apply that time appropriately here, and we do not need to click on the out of shift before, as these two times are in fact tied together as the 23 minutes. So you can leave this out of shift unchecked unless you are going to approve all of this time from the 1:37 to the 2 p.m. It will still pay for the 12 minutes of overtime for roll call as long as it shows up in the overtime column right here. Michael's time is now approved for the 12th, and he is good to go with his roll call and his carryover. If you want to do this to multiple officers at a time, we can click on the Add Time tab. When we go here, you'll notice that the menu is very similar to the menu that we pulled up in the time clock options. However, here we have the ability to click on multiple users on the left-hand side. I can select an entire department at one time, and we'll see that it'll list all of the officers' names in this box here, and I can make that adjustment to all of them. Or I can filter down by holding Control and selecting multiple employees. I also have the ability to use my filters by clicking Filter By, Custom Fields, and I can go down to Police Shift. Select the appropriate shift and apply just to those individuals by isolating it down and selecting all or several of my users. We also have multiple others if you do want to go down to regular or part-time individuals. Thank you for watching this tutorial. For more information, please check out the help desk at support.easytimesolutions.com. You can find these under the business rules for the city of Massillon.